You say it's unlikely he'll resign. Tell me why.
President Yoon is the principled man, and certainly he entered into these actions likely with some degree of understanding of what his risk entailed and what directions this might head. He probably feels that his cause was just, that in spite of the fact that it has on the surface the appearance of undermining democracy, this was all done in accordance with what the Constitution allows him to do. And so I think he, as a prosecutor, would love to have his day in court.
From the outside looking in, there's a lot about this that is just really surprising. When this started coming through when we were on the show yesterday, we kept saying, I'm sorry, martial law in South Korea? What is happening? You know, is it surprising to you, any of the elements? Is it surprising that Yoon took this dramatic step in declaring martial law, or is it surprising how swift, angry, and sustained the backlash has been?
Well, you know, there were people who had said this could have been one of Yoon's options for the past few months, given the deadlock in the parliament and the National Assembly. Unlike parliamentary systems where you would have an option maybe to dissolve the parliament and call for a vote, this Korean system with its 5-year presidential term, a single term, and this balance of powers really doesn't enable the president to do anything when he's in the situation where all legislative actions are being frozen by an opposition that's in the majority. And, you know, at the very least, you know, now the whole world is talking about South Korea's political difficulties. Yoon has raised this to a level of, you know, debate that wasn't taking place beforehand. So I think from Yoon's perspective, this may have been what he was either anticipating or hoping for in terms of being able to have, again, his day in court where the public can kind of weigh his case.
So that is quite interesting. You think that, because one question you have is, from the outside looking in as an observer, is how did he miscalculate this so badly? But you're saying maybe in his view, he didn't miscalculate at all.
Well, you know, he probably expected it to go much easier. He may have thought that he could have dissolved the National Assembly before it had time to vote on the impeachment. But it's worth noting that as soon as the vote on the, not impeachment, on the martial law, as soon as that vote on the martial law took place, President Yoon rescinded the order. So we see here, this is not a man who's trying to seize power or, you know, create a second term or prolong his rule. He is using a very unusual tool, as it were, in order to try to, you know, from the opposition's perspective, undermine democracy. From the ruling party's perspective, trying to get the ball moving. He probably thought he had much more support within the ruling party for his actions than he actually did. And that is, of course, what enabled the order to be overturned so quickly.